Yeah,
They'll
thanks for
wave it
listening.
around. They
And then what?
get off. Get out.
All right, guys, it's that time I know you've been asking for. It's that time of the week again with Tony Gaud and myself, Pat Largo, for question of the week. And as always, Mr. Gaud is going to present that. What's your question this week, Tony?
This week's question. This is kicking off a long line of questions of the week, I'm sure, because now we're dipping into the game itself. So we're going to start from the beginning.
Yes.
What are 3 good tips for an open mic beginner? 3 good tips for an open mic beginner. So basically somebody between 0 days and 1 year of open mic.
Yeah.
What are 3 good tips?
Oh boy. Okay.
There's so many that you could think of, right off the bat, but
if I had to answer now, and I will, I think for me especially, keep everything simple. Like that's a main thing for me. I still do it now. But I mean, like I would say just keep things as simple as possible, because it's probably, especially if it's your first time ever, like just don't inundate on craziness and big time writing. Just keep stuff simple, jokes simple, premises maybe simple. That's my opinion, of course. And then we got 2 more, right?
2 more.
Okay. So that right there, I would say, and I did this a few times. Well, actually, I had the luxury in radio.
Keep it simple, though. First step, keep it simple.
I would say, yeah. I don't know if it's any certain
the KISS rule.
It's the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. Right. Exactly. That's the only thing I remember from my 8th grade business class was KISS. Mr. Blazewitz. See, it's crazy. But I don't know if there's any certain order. I just saw that one first. Keep it simple. I would, before I did an open mic, I would go to maybe an open mic and just sit down and just see what goes on before you do it, maybe just to see, all right, this is how they run it, or this is how this one is run, this is what they're doing. And just to get an idea,
Yeah.
So I would think that I've done it many times, just to go, because I was chickened out. So I would just sit there and watch. And then I think third, and this is, I think just no matter when you're doing comedy or however many years, is probably then a tip is to know your time. So if they say, hey, we want you to do 5 minutes and we're going to, either cut the mic or light you at 4 minutes, you got to know your time. So I think it'd be a good tip is just to get your jokes together and go, okay, if I talk at this pace, okay, maybe pause for a few laughs. And do I have the 3 minutes or the 4 minute? Like just check my time just to make sure that, I don't mind you going under, especially if it's your first time or a few times, right? So if it's supposed to be 5 minutes and you do 3, hey, you did it. You did something most people haven't done, and that's go on stage and tell jokes.
Yeah.
So, as opposed to just keep kind of rambling on and just doing stuff past the light, and people are going, okay, time to get off the stage now. So I think time would maybe be a tip but I think, keep it simple and maybe watch a couple of mics first, open mics, and just kind of see what they're doing. So then when you do it, you'll maybe be less nervous or more prepared.
Yeah, that's good. Those are good tips. The one about going to watch mics, that was one I was going to say as well.
Okay.
Like if you've never done an open mic, you've never performed, for the first week, just go to a couple of open mics in your area and just watch. See what happens, see what's done, see if you like how that feels there to you, if you're comfortable in that environment. And then, the next week, go and sign up. If you want to do it, go and sign up, knowing that you need to have some material. And like, Pat pointed out, keep it simple, write simple. So my advice after what you were talking about, I would say, I'm going to give you some basics that Pat kind of alluded to as well. The first one, respect the light.
Mm.
If you don't know what the light is, they will give you a flash of light. Usually, have a flashlight in the back of the room to let you know that you have about 1 minute left. This is for open mic, of course. If you're doing a professional show, then you basically tell them when to give you the light. If you want a 5 minute light, if you want a minute, before, your final bit. But when you see that light, wrap it up. Whatever joke you're on, end on that joke. Finish the joke and say goodnight. Don't go on. Yeah, you don't want to go past the light like Pat was talking about. You want to respect the time. Respect the time, respect the light, respect the stage. That's tip number one. So,
Yeah.
it's very, very important. It's going to be important throughout your career. Until you sell out stadiums, that's going to be very important.
Right.
To respect the light, but I would say write every day as much as you can.
Mhm.
And I'll give you this tip as an easy way to keep that idea simple in your head. It's the Drew Carey rule.
Mm.
Drew Carey would write 10 jokes a day,
Oh, wow.
and they don't have to be good jokes. They don't have to be funny. They don't have to be tasteful. They don't have to be anything except for you trying to write a joke. Just write. But out of that, and that was a good exercise to do every day, because out of that you're going to have jokes that work, and you're going to start to come up with other ideas for jokes, but you're just developing the habit,
Oh,
of how to write and how to write your jokes. Because sometimes because you don't know what you're going to be when you start out. You might be a one-liner comic. You go up there and just do one-liners, like Stephen Wright or Mitch Hedberg, or you might tell stories,
yeah.
like so many comics do now. But you have to start out with the core of the joke, learn how to write the joke. So that's a thing. So write every day. A good exercise is to write 10 jokes a day,
Wow.
regardless of whether you think it's funny or not. And number three, you should do every day, all the time, is just be respectful. Don't go in being rude to anybody. Respect everybody you meet. That should go on in every part of your life anyways, but especially in this business, because you don't know who's in the room. First of all, if you're going to go in and play strategy, you don't know who's in the room. And that bartender that you think is hot and that you're going to try to hit on, she might be married to the manager or the owner, or she might be the manager or the owner.
Yeah.
And you just destroyed your career, because not only did you ruin your opportunity at that club, all the clubs know each other. They compete, but they all know each other. They're in the same business. They use the same resources. We are the same product that they all share. So they're gonna let other clubs know whether this is a good product or not. So when you get down there, you're gonna meet people that you might not that might not rub you the right way, but just be respectful. Just be cool, be respectful, do your thing, and come back and hit another stage. Because I think those are good. I think those are good tips that we put out there. You have the keep it simple, the KISS rule.
Mhm.
Keep it simple, stupid. Obey the light and the time. It's obey the light, the time, the stage.
Mhm.
So that's good rules. What was the other one you mentioned? The third one.
Just going to see him open mic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an excellent one, because a lot of people don't know how that works. So that's a good one. And you have a mic. You run a mic.
I
run
do
a mic.
now. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give a shout out to, and hey, let me tell you this, I have to, because this is how good they are. We talked about this for a long time. I'll make this as brief as possible. It's called Dented Keg Ale Works in downtown Newport Richey, Florida, in Pasco County. And I live in Pasco. And long story, Rick Summer and his wife, Sheila, we've been talking about this for a while. And finally, a few months ago, he goes, hey, let's nail down a date. Let's do an open mic on a Tuesday night. Okay, cool. I've never run one before in my life. We do one a month. And not only has it been going good, thank goodness, and knock on wood and everything, it's been going great. It's just once a month, but we've been getting great comics coming out. People who are messaging on Facebook and Instagram going, hey, I'm writing jokes this week. I'm going to be there. Like people who don't do comedy. And it's awesome.
Oh.
And then just a few days ago, they got Business of the Year, a Business of the Year award in Newport Richey.
Awesome. Well,
So
what day is that?
Gosh, it's like we don't do it like the first or second. It's kind of like a different date every month, but I think
Like random.
yeah, I mean it's kind of about a month apart in media, but
Well, you know what? Here's a bonus tip
oh, give me one.
for the open micers if you're watching, for those people.
Yeah.
Bonus tip: when you want to know where an open mic is going to be, do a little research.
Mhm.
It's not that hard.
Oh yeah.
Like you can find most of these on social media on all the platforms, and if it's on Facebook, there's more than likely a group in your area.
Mhm.
Go to that group, and then you'll find there'll be lots of comics and lots of posts with the different open mics,
That's right.
and go do it. I mean, that's bottom line is once you start, that's what it is. You go and you do it. No one's going to hold your hand.
It's just like an orgy, Tony. Go and see the first couple,
Well, see, somebody can hold your hand during an orgy.
and then
You know,
I would be so
it's not-
uncomfortable. I am not. I don't know how that even works.
I'd wear a shirt.
Good. Yeah, the Ron Jeremy thing. Shirt, no pants.
That's it. Porky Pig in it.
I
I'd Porky Pig it.
don't know how
That's what open mic is. You Porky Pig.
you Porky Pig and just go in and
That's
just.
it. You
But I
go in
mean,
there, take your pants down. Don't do that. Literally.
yeah, please. And if you do, don't tell them that we said it to do it. Don't do that.
But do tag us because we want to see.
Yes, we want to see everything.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But that's good. No, those are good tips. Do it in your city or state or country, wherever you are. Do one yourself. Go to a local bar and say, hey, you want to do an open mic? They'll probably say yes.
Do yourself.
You know, we don't even need really an ending on that, right? We're just kind of just go to whatever, right?
That's it.
All right,
You're
good.
an open micer. This is the ending you get, pal.
That's right. You get the light. If I wish I had a light,
Yeah,
shine.
you got the light. Yeah.
I go, oh, and then you go, okay, do your punchline. Go,
Don't
thank
do
you so much,
that.
guys. Appreciate it.
They'll
Thanks for
wave it
listening.
around. They
And
get,
then what?
get off. Get out. Let's get out of here, man.
All right, we're done. That was question of the week. And don't forget to check us out on social media. And if not, then we don't like you.
Comedians Uncorked.